Salutations. Today we are doing a full face of Samantha Ravndahl Made Me Buy It. If I'm pronouncing your last name wrong, Sam, I would like to formally apologize, but that's what it looks like to me. So get over it. But yeah, Sam is one of the first larger YouTubers, or Sam's one of the first YouTubers that I started watching that wasn't like Manny MUA, like Laura Lee, like that kind of vibe, like Jaclyn Hill, like the biggest of the big YouTubers. She was my first like medium influencer, and she's grown quite a bit since I subscribed to her. I started following her, I think back when she had the silver hair, when she had super silver hair. She used to wear a lot of foundation and a lot of blush. She did like a Q&A, and I think something was about her boobs. I remember the title. I don't know, but I've been following her for quite a long time, probably 3 or 4 years, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know, time flies, but I love Sam so much. And if you love Sam too, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and comment down below whatever you want to comment. Do I look stupid? Do I look beautiful and like a glossy angel? Let me know. But yeah, if you want to see what products that I bought per Samantha's request, then just keep on watching. So first of all, Sam got me hooked on 2 different eye primers. One is the ABH Eye Primer, which is the newest of the 2, and I would have to agree, Miss Samantha, this stuff is fire flame. Hands down the best eye primer of all time. She's the only one, or one of the only people I know that agree with the fact that Ploise is garbage. So, yes, 10 out of 10 recommend. And the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is one of my favorite primers of all time. It's easy. It's not really tinted, so it's, you know, it's a quick go-to, which I'm going to use that one today. Just because I'm not going to do anything crazy on the eyes in typical Samantha fashion, you know, because I'm a crazy eye person and she's not. So I'm just going to use this on my lids and blend it out with my finger. So for eyeshadow palettes, there's a couple that I really want because she likes them, which is Natasha, Denona, Biba, and Safari. But those are both relatively neutral, so I know that I won't get any use out of them. So I'm going to avoid them altogether because I don't use neutrals, but we will today. So what I purchased, because she loved it so much, was the ABH Soft Glam palette. I'm sure you all know what it looks like. It's very neutral, very not me. And the Kaja eyeshadow stacks. I got the shade Rosewater. This by far is one of the most beautiful things I've ever put on my eyes ever. So 10 out of 10 recommend. This is a really good, really good eyeshadow stack. You can do like an all shimmery look, and like this top like shimmer is like one of the brightest like light pinky whites ever. It's so good. So I'm gonna take like my little Luxie brush and pick up the shade Dusty Rose in the corner right there, and blend that into my crease. Again, this is going to be a relatively simple eye look, but I'm going to go with the pink theme because of the Kaja stack. So, and Sam said that the Urban Decay Primer Potion formula has changed, and I'm going to be really upset about it if I buy another one and the formula is different, because I really like it. It's kind of like that staple eye primer that I feel like everybody should try. I'm going to wing this out a little bit. I really don't like winged out looks that much, but I've been doing them a lot more recently, and Sam normally does something winged out, not rounded, so we're going to stick with that theme of Sam made me do it, even if it looks bad. And on this little Real Techniques defining crease brush, I'm going to take a little bitty little bit of Cypress Umber, the darkest brown, in here, and put that in my outer corner. I'm just going to place it there kind of circularly and then blend it back out with that Luxie brush again and wing it out a little bit. And then I'll clean up like the little wingy shape when I do my foundation and all of that. And before I take the little Kaja stack, I am going to take the shade Rose Pink, which is the middle pinky shade in the top row. And I'm going to place that on like my mid lid. Actually, no, I'm going to do that all over the lid. Change my mind. There's kind of no point in cutting your crease when you can do it with, like, if you're not doing anything super intricate, I don't really see the point of wasting your time and wasting your concealer. I'm just gonna blend the edge of the fluffy brush. Make sure it's all diffused. I'm actually just gonna take the Kaja stack on my inner corner, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that a little bit later. We have a few different base products. Thanks, Sam. First is Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. I've purchased 3 bottles of this. This is my second bottle and I have a third in backup. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. This is in the shade 4. And then the Vichy Mineral 89 Serum. This is probably my favorite of everything she's ever recommended because it transforms any and all foundations into something beautiful and perfect. In typical Sam fashion, I'm going to mix my foundations a little bit. So I'm going to mix 1 pump of my Natasha Denona Face Glow with 1 pump of my NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is like the babiest pump on earth. Like, it's like 2 dots, but whatever. And then I'm going to mix in a touch of my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion in the shade 904 Deep Glow. I like the medium glow shade more, so I'm kind of trying to use up the deep glow shade by mixing it on in with my foundations a little bit. How many primers that, you know, I've tried in regards to her other than the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, but I'm going to use that to highlight today. So I'm just going to blend this out with my little beauty blender. But I do believe the opposite of what Sam believes when it comes to the way you blend in your foundation. She likes for it to be like more natural. You put less product on the outer perimeter of your face, but I'm the opposite. I put more product on the outer perimeter and work my way in because I noticed that like around my nose and my mouth and stuff, like I don't want that to get cakey, so I would much prefer just dealing with, you know, blending around like down my neck and on my ears and stuff. Plus I self-tan, so my face and body never match anyway. And before concealer, I'm going to go in with my little Becca Under Eye Corrector. So we actually discovered this before Sam, but she loves it now, so we'll just put it in the video for sake of that. It's like it's an under eye corrector. We have the shade light to medium. I believe they have a medium to dark type shade. But it honestly, even though I'm more on the medium side, I actually quite like this as an under eye corrector because it is, I really like the formula of this. It kind of just like makes your under eyes more like juicy and lovely. It hydrates them a lot, and then it's not overly, you know, pink or salmon, so you don't have to go in and like recorrect the corrector with 10 pounds of concealer. So I appreciate that a lot, Becca. So concealer, I have the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this concealer personally. I'm not a huge fan of it. I really want to try the First Aid Beauty concealer. I feel like I'd really like it, but this one I just find wears not very well on me. But you know, I've been using it and I'll continue to use it. It is hella full coverage. You don't need a lot of it, but it's just not worth, I don't know, like I don't like to powder, and I kind of feel like you have to powder in order to make this concealer work well. So I don't know, this isn't a fave of mine, but we'll use it today for sake of the video. Blend it out in a little beauty blender again. And when I conceal, I normally go right into the inner corner of my eye, just cause. So Sam got me really into cream bronzing. I personally I haven't bought any of the cream bronzers she's recommended, I don't think, because I really want to try the milk one. And I really, just my whole soul wants the Hourglass Illume Sheer Trio, but I don't know if it was like limited edition and they're just waiting to bring it back. But I've been trying to buy it since Christmas time, and every time I go on Sephora it says sold out. Every time I go on the Hourglass website it says sold out. So I'm just using my Fenty Matchstick in Mocha. I go a little bit harder on bronzer than she does, which, whatever, to each their own. I personally like a little bit more intense when it comes to my bronzer and blush than she does. I really love like a ton of blush and a decent amount of bronzer. I don't like a crap ton of bronzer like Vic does, but I do like a lot of bronzer, so I do it a little bit more intensely. But she has been the one that made me like sheer out my foundation routine a lot. Like I don't use like full coverage matte foundations anymore, and she was right because they're bad. So Sam did make me buy the Hourglass loose powder. I purchased it and I used an entire thing of it. I did quite like that powder. I powdered a lot more during that time when I had the powder, more than I do now. I used to powder a little bit heavier. It was kind of a slow transition into the light coverage, non-powdered base. So now we're kind of in the, now we're kind of in the no powder zone. So I'm just gonna leave this as is. I'm not, too concerned about it. If I want to powder later, I will. But I hate powdering freshly wet concealer. I think it looks terrible, so I will not be doing that yet if I'm going to powder. Use powder bronzer, so I'm gonna do that now. Plus, we're at the very end of our Colourpop. We're at the very, very, very end of our Colourpop bronzer, as you can see. I don't know if it's focusing on that, but it's like, she gone, gone. So I'm going to use this just for sake of getting our life out of it. This is, I think, the first bronzer, well, next to Wet n Wild Ticket to Brazil bronzer. This is the only bronzer that we've ever used up. We're really close on using up the Neutrogena bronzer as well. And I did hit pan on MAC Give Me Sun, so we're getting somewhere in the bronzer category as far as using it up, like, damn. So I personally like to highlight before blush. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter to highlight. I've actually used this to highlight only once. I do love it for highlight too, but I do like it a lot mixed in or as a foundation. So we'll just highlight the usual areas with this. I do highlight a little bit more than Sam as well. And I normally use a powder highlight on a day-to-day basis because I find it a little bit easier for me to use, honestly. But it doesn't look as, pretty and natural and stuff. But I'm going to take the more clean side of the tip of the Beauty Blender and blend this out. This truly does look like wet, juicy skin. Like, I don't know how they created this, but whoever decided to create this, I would just like to personally thank them for being so amazing, because, like, it's beautiful. It looks so nice on the skin. Sam was one of the people, as well as many others, that got me very interested in the Flower Beauty blush bombs. I have 3 different shades in this. I bought some extra ones for Vic for our birthday, and then she was the one that made me want this. I did get this as a gift, but the Nudestix Nudies Bloom All Over Dewy color. This stuff is fire. This is what I'm going to use today because it's so nice. Again, I use more than her, but this one's in the shade Tiger Lily, and it is the prettiest peachy wet glow. There's a fly. Did you see it fly by? Oh my god. I don't know, But this stuff makes you look like you have the most naturally juicy, beautiful blushed skin, and I love every moment of it. I need some more shades in it, but it's, you know, rather expensive. Sam's an expensive lady, so buying things that she recommends is a little bit on the difficult side because she decides that fuck your bank account. That's what she decided, and it's very hurtful, but I understand. So I'm just gonna do my lower lash line with the shade Dusty Rose again. Kind of blend her out a little. A lot of times I use my lower lash shadow to set the very creasy parts of my concealer, which is like the very under eye, the very like under of the eye. I use my shadow to set my concealer there because why not? I'm gonna take my little Kaja stack. I'm gonna take the very tippity top shade, that really light pinky color, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner. I normally like a bit of a more blingy inner corner than she does. This little mirror ain't gonna do nothing for me, but I love a beaming inner corner highlight. She's more on the natural side when it comes to that, but whew, nothing like a bright, almost white inner corner highlight in my opinion. But these shadows are like to die for. They're some of the most special, like sparkly shadows. Like they kind of give you the effect of like a loose pigment without being a loose pigment. So I don't know. She said that she kind of, you know, changed her mind on them. Like she originally was like, oh, these are nice, I don't really understand the hype, and now she's like, I love them. And I would have to say that the moment I put them on, I love them so much. And I don't have it anymore. I did use it up. I got a mini size of the Hourglass mascara because Sam likes it so much for lower lashes. And I have to say, Sam, I'm so glad I didn't buy a full size. I hate it with everything in my entire soul because you know what it does? It flakes everywhere. It smudges everywhere. And I don't understand why you like it, but I respect your opinion, even though it's wrong. And then I'm gonna BRB, I'm gonna throw on some lashes, and then we'll be back for the lips. Threw on a pair of Tati lashes in TL4, and for the lips, what did Sam make me buy? She made me buy 90 things of Marc Jacobs lip gloss stick in Sugar Sugar. She also made me buy the Lancome Juicy Shakers back in the day, and the Lancome L'Absolute lip lacquers. I have that red shade, I think it's 515, and then this like pinky nude shade, what's really pretty, that I bought in, or Vic bought in, the damn fly, that Vic bought in either Bosnia or Croatia. But this is our second thing of this. We quickly fell in love and ran out almost immediately. So I bought another one at Sephora and they were sold out, other than I was able to find one floating around in the back. I'm repurchasing this for the rest of my life because it is the most beautiful hydrating lipstick that has ever graced this earth, and I need all of you to go out and buy it absolutely immediately and fall in love with it as much as I have. And yeah guys, that completes the video. Here's the finished look, my little glossy skin moment. So let me know what you think. Has Sam made you buy any products? I know a lot of people love her because she's amazing and beautiful in every single way, and we love you so much, Sam. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!